All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. J.R. Smith reveals that he did not like former Wisconsin Badger, Cleveland Cavalier, Houston Rocket, whatever teams he playing for now, Sam Dekker. He said that basically Sam Dekker was a racist. But hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. I'll put that link in the description to the clip. It was on Patrick Peterson, current DB. I think ex-DB Brian McFadden podcast, right? So somehow they get to the question, what teammate you never liked? And J.R. Smith goes on to say, well, he didn't like Sam Dekker, okay? He said something happened on the bus where it seemed like they might have gotten into an argument. And if you're a young guy, you never talk about your political or your religious views at the workplace. Now, the NBA a little bit different. You spend, 41 days, 41 games and X amount of days on the road with a team, but somehow it came up that politics came into it. J.R. Smith just said something happened on the bus, and basically Sam Dekker was a Trump supporter. And he said that, Sam Dekker was fully aware of, his white privilege. I'm just going to say it like that. And he was fully aware of where minorities and blacks had to come from. So basically, guys like him, they get a head start. You know what I'm saying? If they run the 400, they get 200 meters head start. Meanwhile, while blacks, we got to catch up to them. And some of us actually do. So he was saying that he was aware, he wasn't one of those white guys that wasn't aware that, that black people or minorities, didn't have a head start. Now, you do got some white people who are a little bit, they're a little bit ignorant to what's going on in the neighborhood. And they should be. I was ignorant to, people that think that everybody was raised right. Because the houses I went over, as a kid, I always spent time in my grandma's house and my other grandma's house. But I never really had too many friends that I was close with who parents, mother or father, like it was all the same. It was like universal, parenting rules. If I went over my biracial, he had a white mama who was more black damn near than the daddy. They had the same rules that my mama had, that my granny had. And if I had my best friend, I went to his grandma's house, because his mother worked a lot. He got a little bit of flexibility, but he wasn't disrespectful. When I lived in an apartment, my boy lived across the street from his mama didn't play. The guy that lived next to me, his mama didn't play. My other dude that lived next to him, when they was living, his mama didn't play. The guy across the street, the Darcy Hall who moved in, his mama didn't play. So I thought it was universal, house rules. So I was kind of ignorant until, when you start, going out and getting older, that everybody was raised right, but everybody wasn't raised right. So it can be a situation where white people not understand what it is to be in the ghetto, what it is to not have a two-parent household, what it is to, some people are, but J.R. Smith made it very clear that this guy was very aware of the black situation and the white situation, and he simply didn't care. He said, that's the only team I didn't like. And I guess, you might have had some people on the bus that tried to educate him, and he probably just wasn't trying to hear it. But this is why you don't bring in political views and religious views into the workplace, because there's no place for that. Everybody had their own views. Everybody had their own opinion. He came from Wisconsin, you know what I'm saying? Which in a lot of places in Wisconsin, like Milwaukee and Racine, they still pretty much segregated. But J.R. Smith made it very clear that he knew that, he knew what he was doing. He knew kind of how the system worked. And, sometimes you can have a best friend at work, you'd be cool. But as soon as he bring up political views or religious views, then it kind of can get ugly. And it's the truth. But, basically he was mad at him because he a Trump supporter and they probably tried to educate him. He probably wasn't trying to hear it. And people got to understand, man, if, people like Sam Dekker walked a mile in J.R. Smith's shoes, because J.R. Smith ain't come from money. If he walked a mile into LeBron's shoes, a lot of them wouldn't make it. You see a lot of people in Hollywood got all the money, but when the stress and the issues come, they take their own life. So, it is what it is. Sam Dekker didn't even make no noise in the league. Him or Frank Kaminsky, they played in the same Wisconsin team. That just let you know that you could be good in college, and not nothing in the pros, but I'm kind of miffed a little bit that he didn't make it in the pros, because he can really shoot and he was pretty athletic for a white boy. So, kind of crazy. And Kaminsky, he having a solid, okay career. He ain't the best, but when he was playing in Phoenix and, you know, they had some big man injury issues, he was putting up nice numbers. So Kaminsky found his niche in the league. You know, I think Sam Dekker is more Adam Morrison. Kaminsky is really, really solid. He's not J.R. Smith, but solid player. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, query, sponsorship, video quest. Got a business you want to advertise, want to reach people all across the United States. I got you. Hit me up on Twitter. It's the fastest way. Then Facebook, then Instagram. Also, to check out our Facebook group. Check that out. Check out the NBA Talk playlist for more videos like this. We are going to do a mock draft. I might just do it before I do the mock draft, which is draft November 18th. I might just do a rookie overview, you know, a draft overview or something of that nature, and just talk about some players that I scouted. But other than that, want to make a donation, share the video. Appreciate the love, support, everybody for sharing the video. It's the best way to donate. But if you want to make a financial donation, my Cash App is CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Cash App name in the description as well. Appreciate the love, support. We gone.